What's the best way to influence your member of Congress or your senator? It's Middays with Mark, Thursday edition here on the Thom Hartmann Program. Maverick in Edmonds, Washington, listening on KBCS. You're on the air with Congressman Pocan.
Well, good morning to both of you, and thank you for taking my call, Tom. Been listening for about 3 years now, and I want to thank you. I feel like I'm more informed, and even maybe more important, I feel some optimism that I didn't have before I started listening to you.
Well, thank you.
So, thank you. Congressman, I'm curious about the mechanics of calling up Congress. Why should I do it? Should I do it more than once? What happens? Am I going to leave a voicemail? If you could walk me through that process, that would be great. And once again, don't give up on the Trump investigation, and go Packers if the Seahawks don't win.
Wow, you're hitting everything right. So, Maverick,
thank you.
Say this. Let me talk about the way I talk about the hierarchy of reaching out. I mean, first of all, you should always, if you have an opinion, contact your lawmakers, local, state, and federal, because we all keep lists of how many contacts we have. And even if you think someone's voting with you, it's still important to have that count. And weekly, as a member of Congress, I see every contact that we've got by count on the issue, pro and con. So it really is important. Best way to contact the elected officials face-to-face, because you can have a real conversation. Second best is through a personal letter or call telling your personal story. Email is the same thing as a personal letter these days, so that, in fact, it gets to us quicker if something is timely. The lower effective ways are those mass postcards and things that, I know the effort that went into it. We kind of give it that kind of a look. But, I can get 2 or 3 contacts on an issue to put something on a radar screen. So it really is important that you reach out to your elected officials, and even better, at a town hall or setting up a meeting, that face-to-face contact is without question the single best way. But do it, and we keep track of the numbers, and it does affect the legislation we introduce and how we vote.
I'd always figured if you were going to call your legislator, and I put that number out, 202-225-3121 or 224-3121 often, that you should be polite, regardless of which party you're talking to, and you should only talk about a single topic, and you should get right to the point. It should be boiled down to less than a sentence, less than 2 or 3 sentences at the most, so that the person taking the call, who's not going to want to debate you or anything else, can simply summarize it and pass it along. Is that reasonable advice, or is there anything you'd add to that?
No, and the only thing, just realize it is probably an intern that's answering the phone.
Right.
So when they don't, sometimes people do want to debate. They may not be the most informed, but they're taking down all the information, and I will get all that information. But if you start a debate, you might lose what you initially called for. So I think what you said is great advice.